Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our hot August happy hours. Great to have you with us. This is our Diablo Magazine third virtual happy hour. We missed last week, but my colleague Rachel filled in and did a great job. That was over at the Coop. So I'll just introduce myself. My name is Ethan Fletcher. I'm the food editor at Diablo Magazine. I'll be your host this evening. Did just want to mention the wildfires. We were, wondering whether we should keep going given all the wildfires. But as I wrote in my story, I think we could all use a stiff drink these days. So I think that's probably especially true given the start of California wildfire season. And just hope everybody's staying safe out there. So let's see. We will have some guests joining us. Just want to take a moment to review some Zoom tips. We do. You can submit questions using the chat feature found on the lower portion of the screen, and time permitting, we'll get to those at the end. Let's see. We'll get into this story. I had a great time. This is the cover story for August issue. It's summer cocktails, and kind of the story behind it was we were thinking in June what would be kind of a nice feature in August, and I thought I like the idea of enjoying a nice cocktail outside, something simple. And so I reached out to 5 restaurants across the East Bay that had great outdoor areas where you could go and actually enjoy the cocktail, and the cocktails were sort of simple enough to be able to make at home in the comfort of your own home. And so that's kind of the idea. Well, let's see, for the third one, and this is one that kind of came to mind right away. This is Mersea, which is in not technically in the East Bay, but pretty close, about halfway across the bridge in Treasure Island. Kind of a wonderful spot with incredible views and a great outdoor space. So it sort of seemed like a natural. And they picked the Aperol Spritz, the classic Italian cocktail, the beautiful color. Yeah, they do a great job with that. And they're going to kind of guide me through the cocktail, and so I'll take a moment now to just introduce and get your ingredients ready. You can turn to page 31 of your August issue of Diablo Magazine. I'm assuming you have it, and get some ingredients ready. It's going to be pretty easy. It's going to be 2 ounces of Aperol, 3 ounces of Prosecco, or whatever sparkling wine you have, and let's see, just 1 ounce of club soda, and some orange, and a glass, and some orange slices. So now let me introduce the folks over at Mersea. Let's see, we have a twofer this time. We have the owner, MeeSun Boice, a co-owner actually. Hi MeeSun, how you doing?
Hi, how are you, Ethan? Hi everyone.
Yeah, welcome. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, we're incredibly honored and excited. Now more than ever, these events being included in these kind of events, us restaurant owners and our team really appreciate it, much needed. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
No problem. You guys have been great. And maybe you want to introduce your lead bartender over there.
I would love to. So Santos Martin has been our lead bartender and joined us since the first day we opened, which was about 2.5 years ago. And he has been a part of the team. He was single then he got married and had a baby. Now he's expecting a second baby.
Oh my gosh, congratulations. Wow.
He's been busy.
Boy or girl? Boy or girl?
Gonna be a little girl.
A second.
Congratulations.
He just
second girl?
Less than a year ago. So.
Oh my gosh, wow. You're not wasting any time. That's great.
Quarantine.
Yeah, we exactly quarantine. What else are you gonna do these days? Come on.
Make cocktails too.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. That helps. Yeah.
You're giving us the opportunity to showcase Santos, because Mersea and all restaurants, small restaurants, we're a family. Definitely. And so it's wonderful to feature the talent of Santos.
That's great. And you said Santos was actually responsible for a lot of the signature cocktails on the menu there.
We have one called the Santa Rita, which is Santos's margarita since day one.
Nice, great. That's great.
That's the drink that we start with at the beginning. It's like a very easy, like a spicy cucumber margarita that we turn. A little okay rim, but there'll be another story.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that could be another half hour. Yeah, absolutely. Well, MeeSun, let me start with you. You know, I was picking for this feature. I was picking out, you know, trying to think of the best sort of outdoor drinking spots or eating spots. Mersea came to mind right away. Can you tell us a little bit about how you kind of came to be discovered Treasure Island and how Mersea kind of came about?
Well, thank you. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to take my mask off a little bit.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
smile
absolutely.
and be grateful. Thank you for this opportunity. So my business partner, Park, who's the executive chef partner over at Epic Steak and Water Bar, we're talking about, we love sailing, and we were involved in Treasure Island Yacht Club, and from washing dishes and cleaning bathrooms to becoming the Commodore. So worked my way up through the ranks for the past few years, and we saw this amazing view of Treasure Island every time, and of San Francisco from Treasure Island. And then there's a lot of development and construction happening, and we knew that they were going to develop, and they were in need of a restaurant. There was one only bar and grill, and that was the first place to shut down for phase one. And so we were approached with an opportunity, and we thought, why not? Let's take a chance. Would love to give a tour or.
Sure. Yeah. Do you want to show us around a little bit? That'd be great.
Well, speaking of, I'm going to take this computer. Excuse me, Santos.
Enjoy it.
Hi, everyone. So,
see you later, Santos.
So speaking of outdoor seating area, we have been blessed. Little did I know, I wish I could say I was psychic, but we have an incredible amount of courtyard space. And as you can see, another unique aspect of the restaurant is that we're built entirely out of shipping containers, 13 shipping containers all. That's a restroom right there, 4 restrooms, ADA, and you know, that was all containers with our succulent wall right here. Even our tables, we do a lot of repurposing and recycling. And so our communal tables were made out of the doors off our military kitchen. It's a military rapid deployment kitchen that was all 100% electric. And it was designed by the military to pick up and drop ship in the middle of the Afghan desert, plug in water and electrical, and feed about 2,500 meals a day. So even our kitchen is a container. And so you can see here, this is the entrance to our bar, also 2 40-foot containers put together. And then one of the reasons that compelled us to take this risk is this amazing view. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, I think I see San Francisco back there. Is that right?
Yep.
The bridge.
The smog, unfortunately, is coming in, and our hearts definitely go out to those affected by the fires. So unfortunately, we see the clouds, I think, from the fires, and you can see this pink container, but you can see all the way from the Bay Bridge here, almost 360 to the view to the other container and the Alcatraz, and then behind the container is the Golden Gate Bridge. So you can see our container, and you can walk into our bar. And back to, look who's here.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Well, it seems pretty perfect for you know, indoor outdoor, and for the you know, for being able to enjoy the outdoor weather. Have you been getting a lot of people coming in these days since you reopened?
Well, initially it was a bit of a challenge. Just being in the middle of nowhere, we were not known for takeout. We were, so it was a bit of a struggle. And then out of the blue, Diablo magazine came to us and said, hey, let's feature you on this drink. And we started to gain a lot of business, and we're incredibly grateful. So,
great. Yeah.
And thank you so much. And then this opportunity came right after. So
great.
Now more than ever, these events are so valuable to little restaurants like us. So thank you.
Yeah, I know it's been tough times. So anything we can do to help, and you guys, it sounds like you guys opened up as soon as you could, and you know, trying to get people out, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And one thing I did know, I noticed that the bike lane to the eastern span of the Bay Bridge has opened too, so you can actually bike from the East Bay to your restaurant. Right?
Oakland, a lot of people bike in, and then when we talk about the development, they've actually accelerated the build out of the ferry. So there will be a ferry from Treasure Island to San Francisco, hopefully within a year or so. They're moving quite quickly on that. And so that's really exciting. And those of you that like to Pardon me?
So you'll be able to do bike, boat, ferry, and car to get to your restaurant. That's good. You've got all your bases covered.
Absolutely.
Oh,
There's no excuse why you're not here.
Exactly.
So let's see. And could you tell me a little bit about your partner and your food program? I know a lot of people think of of it being more as a bar, but it sounds like you have a pretty robust food program, and your chef is quite renowned, right?
Absolutely. Want to thank you. One of the greatest honor is actually partnering with a chef like Park Ulrich. He is the now executive chef partner of Water Bar and Epic Steak. So most people don't even know that he's quite shy, but this is his baby, and so he comes here every day. And what's interesting is you have that out in the middle of nowhere on this little island. We wanted it to be a discovery, not only the containers and the amazing cocktails and the commitment to the quality of the cocktails, but actually the food. So our saying, we say, come for the view, but stay for the food. Again, we have very casual food, like we call it comfort casual. So when we were talking about Park and I were talking about what kind of cuisine we wanted to be something reflective of family style and comfort food that we grew up with. One of the feature that he loved was he grew up on Taylor pork rolls. So we have the Jersey girl that he grew up with and growing up in the East Coast. But the commitment to the quality of the ingredient, I think, is the biggest surprise. When you're having a double stacked cheeseburger, it's not a frozen patty. We literally grind the aged beef in-house.
Wow.
And also all the sauces. It took me a year and a half to learn that we even make our own Thousand Island dressing. Harp was making sauce, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you making? What? We make our own Thousand Island dressing.
Yeah. Didn't you know this comes in a bottle that you can just buy?
I thought it was out of the grocery store, but okay. Our curry tartar sauce for our fish and chips, we use a light yeasted beer batter that we make fresh every morning. We use a fresh light white fish called haddock, and so it's very light and fluffy. But we also use house-made yeasted beer batter that we make fresh every morning. And so even the sauce is made from scratch, the curry tartar sauce, the cilantro lime, every sauce that you have on your dish are fresh, and we make it in-house.
Great. Well, it sounds wonderful. I'm assuming that kind of bleeds over to the drink program as well, where you try to reuse fresh ingredients. Great. And I mean, I think, Treasure Island's fascinating. I've been there with my family. I think a lot of people drive by it and they never actually go down there. But there's actually quite a few things happening there. Can you say that it seems like there's a good little drinking scene down there? There's a couple wineries, right? And,
Absolutely. The Treasure Island is truly a treasure. And I think that people are starting to discover it more and more. And thank you for bringing that up. There is another awesome little cafe that's been here before Mersea. They don't have the full liquor program, but they're like family to us. So we were calling them sister restaurant Aracelli's. It's a great destination, as we were saying. If you want to bike, walk around the island, see the view, multiple places take a picture of the view. There's also a brewery. There's Woods Island Brewery, which is many San Franciscans has been brewed and originated on Treasure Island. There's also Lev's kombucha. Lev's
that made there. Nice.
Making kombucha for 15 years or more. He was one of the first pioneers in the draft kombucha. A lot of people don't know that. There's, we support a lot of the the wineries, Treecraft.
Yes.
A lot of wineries, Winery SF,
distillery too, right? Yeah.
It's a fun little discovery, and so we welcome everyone to come and make it a day or even a weekend and hang out and explore.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it really is a hidden gem. I love going over there. Well, let's get, are you guys ready to get into the drinks? Does that sound good?
Yeah. So we'll take
All right. Santos. All right. So yeah, tell me a little bit about, well, first I think we have to talk about the Aperol, which is it's kind of what makes obviously the Spritz unique. Can you tell me a little bit about the spirit and kind of, what makes it unique and the flavor profile?
So usually Aperol, it's a little bit sweeter on a way compared to Campari. Some people sometimes they don't know very much what's the difference in between. But in alcohol base, Campari is a little bit more stronger than Aperol. And then
Okay.
the Aperol have like little orangey flavor. Definitely a little bit sweeter as well.
Okay.
We
So it's
were
a little bit more mild than Campari.
Yes, definitely. Campari is like have a bitter sweetness on it, stronger than the Aperol, definitely.
And
Yeah.
what we think is special about any drink when we drink or eat, we also start with our eyes. And so one of the most, I think, the unique thing that's been a brand for Aperol has been its color.
Definitely.
And so it evokes that sun, it evokes summer, it evokes a lot of our friends. Even I saw some of your Diablo posts of people that have gone not just to Italy where it originated, but also Germany and other European countries. And so it evokes that holiday time. And that's part of what also makes it very special and unique.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Just kind of screams summer when you see it. You really want to.
Absolutely.
Like a drink that can sit down the sun and had it all day long, no problem.
Yeah, and that bitter profile, it's interesting because it's so visually appealing. It looks like it's going to be sweet, and then you sip it, and it's actually a little bit bitter. Can you tell me a little bit about sort of trying to introduce customers to it? Is it a little bit of a tough sell sometimes?
Well, I've had Aperol before, and I have friends that love it.
Yeah.
I have Italian friends that love it. But for me, it was a little bit too bitter for me. And so we've had a lot of customers that have either heard of it or wanted to try it. But not sure, or they did try it and were a little bit disappointed in the flavor. So one of the things that we challenged after hearing from you guys was how can we make this a nice introduction to the people that might not be familiar or comfortable with the flavor profile. So we muted it a little bit with, hopefully we get an opportunity to show you, is our version, what we call the Cove Spritzer, which is, we named after, there's a little cove over on Treasure Island called Flipper Cove. Kind of bring you to a little island of Mersea. And we call it the Cove Spritzer, which will Santos will demonstrate to you. We add a cantaloupe puree and a little mushed mint that gives you that nice refreshing flavor. And what it does is it kind of takes out that bitterness, and it's still while matching that color and matching the complementing that flavor. We tried a few others like
we tried like marmalade.
Tried
really? Interesting.
Nectarine, and trying to do that fruit flavor to try to quell it.
Just to go with the kind of sweetness and bitterness the Aperol has. But it's very unique, definitely. If you haven't had it yet, probably at the first time when you try it, was, oh, what is this, But then, if you try it like on the Aperol Spritz as a cocktail, definitely that's a compliment from the Prosecco and a splash of the salt water that you add on it. It just balances up the sweetness in a way that just keep it like fresh, you can say it that way.
So that's how we settled on the cantaloupe.
Okay, well, great. And you guys are gonna be able to make that for us after the standard spritz, right?
Definitely. I got everything ready. We can do a quick one so you guys can do this. Like I said, it's so easy to make the Cove Spritzer. It's like you go to the liquor store, you can find some mint, some fresh cantaloupe, and you'll be good to go.
Awesome,
man. It sounds like kind of a gateway drink to get to the Aperol Spritz, right? That's what I did. Right. Okay.
Go ahead and start with the traditional Aperol Spritz.
Yeah. And one as far as the glasses, what do you recommend? Just a rocks glass?
Definitely, I recommend the double rock glass. I mean, usually this is what the glass we're gonna find home most of the time. So it fits about 12 ounces in a way.
Okay.
So Aperol, usually you build it up on way not to destroy the drink. So usually start with my ice.
Okay. And do you recommend what kind of, is it like bigger the better, or does it matter with the ice?
I say like a medium-sized ice, not too small, but you don't want it to be delayed.
Yeah.
And also like not too big because you want it to be cold at the end of the drink. So you can, because the bigger the ice, the time it takes to get cold.
Okay. Oh, is there? Okay, interesting. So the smaller ice tends to get the drink colder a little bit faster.
So regular size ice is perfect. So you're gonna start, because it's like a cocktail. So the way we do it over here, we finish with the Aperol, so that way it can slowly goes down and mix it by itself without doing anything on it.
Okay.
So you're gonna start with of course your soda water.
Okay.
We're gonna go for like 2 ounces of soda water.
2 ounces. Okay.
And on the Aperol, I'll say if you first start, I'll recommend to go for like an ounce and a half at the beginning. It's all like how the way you like it. But if you're already familiar with Aperol, then you should go for the 2 ounces because you already know how it's gonna taste like.
Okay, it depends on how much you like Aperol, right?
Exactly. In this case, we're gonna do like an ounce and a half for this one.
Okay. Great. Oh, you're already getting that beautiful, beautiful color.
Definitely.
All right. And so then you top it off with the Prosecco, is that right? Uh-huh.
So like around 2 to 3 ounces if you want to measure.
Okay.
Otherwise, for the size of the glass that you have, you just top it out, should be perfect.
Just fill it up with the Prosecco. And you use Prosecco, which is the sort of Italian sparkling wine. Yeah. But you can use nice. I've got a cupcake, which is a Livermore winery that makes it.
You can use like some brewed or any kind of bubbling.
Okay.
You know, definitely.
Yeah.
You don't have to go Prosecco,
yeah.
but if you feel like it, definitely.
But it's more authentic though, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Great. And do you do any and then you just mix it up, or what happens next?
No, so you just put like a slice of orange on it, and by the time you put it as a garnish, you're just gonna mix it yourself.
Great.
Couple slices. You're just gonna dig it in.
All right.
And there you have it.
There it is. Beautiful. Can we have a little cheers? Are you gonna have a sip with me?
Definitely.
Okay. Cheers.
He's drinking on the job.
I know, God, yeah. Dog is pay.
The flavor is like, it's not too sweet. It balances it out definitely with the Prosecco, and then give it the refreshness on it. Like I said, if you sit in the sun with this, you're having a great time, definitely.
Absolutely, and
he doesn't shake it or mix it. It's just layering it. So.
Okay, and by finishing it off with the Prosecco, that kind of the bubbles kind of mix it up together a little bit.
Orange slice it, you just get it in, and then that's how the way you little mix it on our way.
Okay, great. And like to make it sweeter, I think MeeSun had mentioned you can add a little bit more Prosecco or a little less Aperol. Just depends.
Like I said, the way you want to add the Prosecco at last, in this case, it just goes, you don't know how little dry or little sweet you want it. So you just put little like I said, if you want to measure, it's fine. You can throw like 2 ounces of Prosecco on it first. You try it, and if you think it's too sweet, then you add a little more. Yeah,
but kind of the beauty of this drink is that you can kind of eyeball it too, right? I mean, it's pretty simple. So you don't need the shaker, you don't need the professional mixer or anything.
Definitely. So for Cove Spritz, that one.
Okay.
One is a little bit different. So I'm gonna build it this time because I'm assuming most of the people at home don't have a shaker or things like that. But if you have a shaker, so this is just give the cold like this that is needed. Like that's to chill the puree, right? Is that right? Exactly. That helps to mix the puree on our way. Right. So and then one thing you wanna do when you do the puree, first of all, you wanna do the puree and strain it.
Okay.
Always, you know.
So we're gonna start with the cantaloupe.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you cantaloupe. Like I said, you can find it on the store, no problem. Just take out the seed.
Take them out.
Then you puree. Then you double strain it, which give you like a nice fine juice of the puree. Of the pulp. The reason you want to do this is because if you keep the pulp, by the time you add the Prosecco, it's gonna get a lot of bubbles to it.
Oh, really? Okay. So that takes away some of the bubbles.
So we double strain.
Strain it. So
gotcha.
Cantaloupe's ready to go.
Got that same beautiful color, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
So usually we flash shake it, we just quick shake on the house, just in order to get the mint flavor added to the drink.
Okay.
But if you don't have a shaker on or things like that, I would just recommend to mod a little bit and I'll show you how.
Okay.
Go for the mint. You go like 3-4 lift of the mint.
Mm-hmm.
So for those that don't know, muddling is essentially just mashing the mint
just
to
to
get the fragrance
get the
and get that
oils.
little oils out of
You
it.
get those essential oils just to kind of start the fragrance, right?
Correct, because if you just put it in there, that you don't get that mint
You won't
flavor.
get it. Exactly.
Right. Okay.
So it's going to muddle
And
it.
you don't have to mash it entirely. Is it just kind of a rub, or do you?
Just enough to release the oils. So you can see Santos is putting it in the bottom, and then he'll get a.
So I'll do this one because I'm assuming at home people don't have a shaker like we do on the bar. But if you have a shaker, I recommend to add little ice on it and build it on the shaker and make a quick shake on it. But
and
we
that's
don't
just a way to get it. Yeah, and that's just a way to get it cold very fast, right, with the shaker.
Exactly. So we're gonna do it this way, easy way. 3-4 mint lift on the glass. Give a quick modeling on it just to get the aroma.
Great.
And not all you don't mash it till you puree it.
Yes.
Just enough
A little bit. So as you can
to bring
see,
it out.
then
And you can probably almost smell it to make sure.
Yes. So then we're gonna
you can actually smell if you can smell the mint after you muddle it.
Yeah.
That's pretty
so
good.
in this case, like
Actually, I was just thinking, isn't cantaloupe and mint kind of a Italian combination as well?
Absolutely.
definitely.
Yeah. Right.
So we're gonna build it on the glass and add ice at the end. So that way, by adding ice, you'll mix it since you don't have a shaker on. So I'll show you how to do this. So you get your cantaloupe juice ready to go.
Great.
So we're gonna put like 1 ounce of cantaloupe.
Okay.
But you can do more if you like. I prefer cantaloupe.
Definitely.
You could do all cantaloupe if you wanted to.
I do. I love it.
The reason I put 1 ounce on this drink because you also want to keep the Aperol flavor in it as well. You don't want just people to taste like just the cantaloupe by itself. I know
Right,
there, but you can tell a little difference, bitterness, on the drink.
Right.
So we're gonna use 1.5 ounces again.
Okay.
1.5 ounces usually is like a house pour, but again, if you already know Aperol, you go for your 2 ounces, no problem.
Great.
Again, this is the variable. This is where you have the opportunity. If you are an Aperol fan, but would like to have a little twist, you can have a 2-ounce Aperol. So this is the opportunity to add or subtract. It's nice to have the flexibility with the specific profile.
Yeah, it just depends on your taste.
Yeah.
Definitely. So since on this twist of the Aperol, we already add the puree on it. On this case, we're gonna cut the soda water. Earlier we used 1 ounce on the regular one. So on this case, we're gonna use 1.5 ounces on it.
Okay.
And then again, you go for your prosecco. You can do 2 ounces, no problem. If you want to add it, you can do that, but you always can start with 2 ounces. If you want to pour it, but usually bubbles, you just eye it and you pour it.
Right.
You love bubbles, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, get a heavy pour with that, right?
Exactly. So here you have the drink ready. So you just add ice to it. Little ice, keep it ice cold. Then here's a little garnish that we make here. So it's cantaloupe.
What is that? Is that the skin of it, or is it shaved cantaloupe?
It's a shaved cantaloupe. So we
great.
Use the peeler to take it and cut it just to make it look nice on the drink. Because always the good drinks, it's not all about the flavor, but also about the appearance,
Absolutely. Put a little mint in there as well.
Definitely, because it's already on the drink, and you want it like to be present as a garnish as well, and at the same time to give you the view of the drink. And this is just like on your magazine.
Beautiful. Look at that. That's a cover shot right there, right?
There you go.
What we love about this mix is not only do we have the visual because of the color and the color complement, but you also have the smell. You can smell the mint as you're drinking it, and that adds to that nice, refreshing, crisp sense.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. It comes in your nose, your mouth, and your eyes, the whole package, right?
This is my favorite cocktail, so I gotta let her cheers this with you.
Yeah. Well, cheers, Santos MeeSun. Thank you so much for guiding us through that. It was really wonderful, and I would encourage everybody to go down to Mersea and check it out yourself, right?
Definitely, we invite you all. Come check it out. Come try the food, see the view, try our drink.
Yep.
You won't regret it. We're super casual, like.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna be down there. I'm gonna be down there soon to check out the Cove. Okay.
You know, Ethan, what I was thinking, as you talked about introductory earlier about the fire, the horrific fire that a lot of people don't realize how bad it really is. We would love to donate from now until the end of the month. Any sales of our Aperol Spritz, we'll give 50% to any of the charities or the fire departments that are fighting the fires. So that's something we'd love to partner, you know, and thank because of this opportunity you've given us.
Definitely.
It's the least we could do. So
give something back.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. That's really wonderful, and I'm you know, I'm sure just another good excuse to go over and check it out. So that's really generous of you.
Yep.
We appreciate it.
Support the firefighters there. So.
Absolutely. All right.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, cheers. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great afternoon.
Thank you guys for the time. We appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Cheers. Cheers to everybody for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Salud.
Bye.